When you are ready to add colors and fabrics to your quilt, this is also done through the library. You can click on the Colors button to add colors to the quilt. There are 3 categories: dark, mid, and light. And there are many different colors in each category. To add a color to the quilt, click on the color chip and it will appear in the preview window, and then click on the quilt square to add it. If you wish to remove a color, click on blank and click on the same square. Click on the Fabrics button to add fabric to your quilt. To open a category, click on the plus sign and drill down to the category of fabric that you wish to use. You can scan fabrics and import fabrics from websites as well. This will be covered in a later video. When you click on a fabric, it is shown at the top of the library. Click on To Palette to send the color to the palette. This is where you pick your fabrics that you might use on the quilt, and this is where the fun begins. Select fabrics and keep clicking on To Palette to send them to the palette. Again, these are just possibilities that you may use on your quilt. It's okay as well to go to a different collection. Click on the fabric that you wish to add and send that to the palette. To preview a fabric, hold the Alt key down and click on a fabric square. The pattern fills the design window at a zoom factor of 1:1. Release the mouse to return to normal view. You can also continue to select fabrics if you wish. After choosing your fabric, should you change your mind about a particular fabric, you can select the fabric and move it to the trash can. You can also change the position of the fabrics. If you want to place 2 fabrics side by side to see if they will work together, click on the fabric and drag to the location that you wish to place the fabric. It's also possible to select another fabric and send it to the palette. It will be placed where there is an empty square. Once you choose your fabrics, you can select a fabric and click on the quilt. This fabric was added to all these blocks because the blocks are grouped. If you want to add that same fabric to all the blocks, hold down the Control key and it will be added to all the blocks that are the same shape and position on the quilt. If you decide that you want to replace some of the squares, just select the new fabric and click on those blocks that you wish to replace. To add sashing to all the pieces, select the fabric that you want, hold down the Control key, and click on the quilt where you wish to add that fabric. Holding down the Control key and clicking on a border will add that fabric to all the borders. Again, holding down the Control key, it will add that particular fabric to all the same size triangles in the same position on the quilt. To replace an entire color with the same fabric, select the fabric and click on Colors Used. You are now ready to save the design. Select File, Save As, navigate to the location to save the design, name the file. Notice that the file type is ARQ. Click on Save